What is flipping up, people? Welcome back to another video of Unfinished Business episode 2. And today we're going to be doing a full day of eating. We're here with Cola today. Meow! She doesn't look too pleased. Peace. So this is meal number 1. Apologies for the kettle being so loud right now, but I'm gonna teach you how to make the best cream of rice you have ever had in your life. You start off by getting your whey paste. I've gone for the Repair Conte Sport salty caramel flavor. You literally just get however much protein you want and then have the same amount of water, and you just keep mixing it, and I mean literally just keep mixing it until you get like a cum consistency.
Yeah, how the fuck you know this?
That's what you're trying to go for here. Obviously, if you're a girl watching this and you're celibate, you're probably not going to have an idea what I'm talking about, but you could probably take a guess. For the guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That sort of consistency. That's going to be going on top of the cream of rice. Now, this is the most important part of everything, so make sure you're listening. Your mixing utensil. You're going to use a metal whisk, not a plastic one, not a wooden one, because they're very, very thin. Make sure you use this. Secondly, you're gonna get your cream of rice in your bowl. Again, I'm using Conte Sports cream of rice. We've got the salted caramel flavor. Again, I'm gonna go 100 grams of this one. 50, 80, 106, take some out, 100. Bosh. For every 100 grams, I'm gonna go about 450 to 500 milliliters of water. However, the one thing you have to understand is when you pour the hot water in from the kettle, you leave it for about a minute. That's the important thing, otherwise you're gonna get chunks. I'm gonna pour 475, let's say, and you're just gonna leave it there. You do not touch it. You just wait for about a minute, 45 seconds to a minute, and then you mix. Right, so it's been about a minute and we look like this. Now we start to mix, and what you'll find is initially it's gonna look like absolute shit, but trust me, all you've got to do is just keep mixing it in for about 2 to 3 minutes until you get none of those little splotches. Now, what the reason I say wait is, I don't know the science, but I've noticed if you mix it straight away, you get a lot more of those chunks. If you wait for a minute, you don't get those chunks. And you see how we're starting to come together now. And right there, you have the perfect bowl of cream rice. Now, we're obviously gonna not leave it just there. Pink Himalayan sea salt, about 7 to 8 of those. Then I'm also gonna add 20 grams of dark chocolate lindt. Obviously, as prep goes on, I'm gonna have to start taking this out, adding probably just peanut butter on its own, but chuck those in there. And then the fun starts when we put on the protein. So you get your protein, your consistency come, and you chuck it in the middle on top. Personally, for me, this just gives you an extra layer, and life is all about being an onion. You gotta have those layers there. The best part about this is if you pre-make your cream of rices for like the next 3 days, you put it in the fridge, the whey's gonna harden, and then if you get your chocolate and put it on a layer underneath the whey, and then you've got your cream of rice, you've got 3 layers that all harden up together. So when you put your spoon in, it's fucking delicious. Then I'm gonna get my frozen raspberries. Personally, I don't like them hard. I like them when they're the smaller bits. I would use like a baton or something, but I tried that last time and it ended awfully. I lost all my raspberries on the floor. So 100 grams of raspberries. My protein, 0 sugar, raspberry flavor. We're gonna chuck that on top like that. And then I've got a massive sweet tooth, so I'm just gonna add some Truvia fake sugar, like so. There is the perfect bowl of cream of rice. Look how sexy that is. Calories for this meal will be up on the screen, but I'm just gonna show you how good that is. The time is for the gym. Now, this would not be a full day of eating if I did not include what I technically eat while I'm training. 2 main components, that's 4. 2 main components. We've got cyclodextrin from my protein. All it really is a carbohydrate. It's just the same as what you would be doing if you were to drink a Lucozade, but you can get it for much cheaper. Obviously, code HIGHMET at checkout. Cyclodextrin, don't get multidextrin. That's just sugars at that point. This is the go if you want fucking beautiful sessions with an insane pump. Second component of this intra-workout is going to be essential gains. EAAs, not BCAAs, EAAs, essential amino acids. Pretty much when you train, you break down your muscle. You do not want to do that because that is catabolism. Whatever the fucking word is. We want anabolism. This is a protein. This prevents the breakdown of muscles while you train. This makes you anabolic while you train so you can potentially grow some more fucking muscle. If you're not having these two in your intra-workout, what the fuck are you doing? We're gonna go 1 scoop of this. Trust the scoop to be at the bottom. Again, 1 scoop is around about 10 grams, not 20. Chuck in my trusty little funnel. And then we're also gonna get a scoop of cyclic dextrin. This is a great hack if you're bulking. Literally all you would do is have your 1 scoop while you're training, but you can also add another scoop into your pre-workout. So you almost get double the carbs. And it means you're like having fucking rice cakes before your workout or the Rice Krispie treats, which everyone knows gives you a great fucking pump. If you ever have to get it in a scoop, just literally cut the scoop like that and it makes it easier to go in the bottle. You're welcome. I'm a little fiend for summer fruit juice. So I am actually gonna add some summer fruit juice in there just because I'm a weirdo. Does look like piss, but it's fucking banging and it gives you the best workout you ever have in your life. And then for pre-workout, you don't need to watch me fucking drink this because that's weird. But we're gonna go 1 scoop, chuck it in there, down the hatch, and then get to the gym. And then also gonna have to take some naughty supplements, which obviously if you do want to see my full prep cycle, feel free to drop it down in the comments and I'm more than happy to do a video on it. See you at the gym for back. 3, 2, 1. This is my full back day that I'm doing to really just bring up my lats because when I look at my physique, that is probably the biggest thing that's lacking. Like, it's not density, it's the width of my back. The majority of the movements, I'm gonna be doing 3 to 4 sets, and a very, very easy way that I go about my sets is the first set is always gonna be a heavier set, 6 to 8 reps. The second set is my main focus is around getting the weight up as quickly as possible. However, really trying to take my time on the eccentric. And then my third set is where I really try and spice it up and I'll do something like a rest pause set. I'll do partial reps. I'll do drop set, a superset. I'll just try and experiment with training, get a nice pump from that last set and just really look to enjoy the movement. So starting the session, we've got a pull down variation. As you can see here, I'm holding more of an upright body and really just trying on getting my elbows in towards the midline. I'm not pulling down in front of me. I'm trying to pull down to the side of me. That is what helps me connect best with the upper lat fibers. I'm making sure that I'm getting a big stretch and a really big hard contraction at the bottom. On the first movement throughout every single session throughout the week, I really try and make sure I take my time warming up on this first movement because realistically, the first movement is gonna set the tone for the rest of the session. Now the second movement, again, 3 sets done here, is a mid to upper back row. It's the hammer strength movement here. It's a very, very nice one. You can do a dumbbell one, you can do a cable upper back row, you can do it with a barbell bent over row. It doesn't really matter. I just use this machine because it's there, it's nice, I connect well with it. The main thing that I'm trying to think about this is unlike a lat row, I'm really trying to allow my shoulders to roll forward over the chest support. And then as I'm pulling up, I'm not just thinking elbows back, I'm trying to create enough force going the other way to create an equal and opposite reaction backwards. The more I press my chest into the pad as I row up, the greater the force I'm gonna be able to pull back. So I don't think about just pulling back, I think about pressing my chest into the pad as hard as possible and driving my chest through my hands. Onto the third movement here, we're doing a cable row. For this one, I'm using a mid to neutral grip. It's not too close, it's not too far, it's just about in the middle. The whole goal of this movement for me is just to feel the lats ripping around the body and really get a good contraction as well as a good stretch. So I sit pretty much upright, allow my shoulders to roll forward a bit, drive the elbows back, and really try and get a good connection with this movement, because I do genuinely feel like this movement helps me connect with the next movement, which we'll get onto. But on this one, I done 3 sets. Again, one heavier set, one controlling set. And then on this one, I done lengthened partials at the end. Then the next movement is pretty much exactly the same, but on this one, I done it with a V-bar row. Now for me, the V-bar row maybe not be optimal. However, I do genuinely find I get an immense stretch on this piece of equipment. On this movement, I am trying to keep my body more leant over. Now, personally for me, I find it gives you a greater stretch and it's a lot easier to contract the mid to sort of lower lats. And it really allows you to think about driving your elbows down towards the floor instead of right back, which again helps me connect with the lats so much better. Then on to the first bicep movement. I'm doing an optimal / D-handle bicep curl. Again, you can do any bicep curl here. I've done 3 sets here. Again, really all I'm trying to think about is as I'm curling up, my elbows are coming in. I'm trying to think curl up, elbows in, get a good contraction, let the weight go down, tense my tricep at the bottom. And you can see the pump that you get from this, it's absolutely phenomenal. If you've never done this movement before, I suggest you try it, because honestly, the most amount of growth I've seen in my bicep is when I absolutely spam this movement. Then to finish off the workout, I'm just doing regular dumbbell hammer curls. I genuinely don't think you can get a better movement that's gonna build the thickness of the bicep on this. Yeah, you might not be focusing more on the peak, but I do genuinely believe your forearms and your bicep brachialis is gonna thank you massively if you do this movement. I do find if you focus less on curling up and more so curl towards your other shoulder, you do find that you get a greater contraction in the bicep as well as the outside of your bicep. So it's something to give a go if you don't really feel this movement. I hope you all enjoyed that portion of the video. We'll go back to the full day of eating. If you like this style of video where I do go through training a bit more detailed, please let me know down in the comments and I will make sure I keep doing them. As you can see, we are back from the gym now. Very, 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 very productive session. I cannot lie. Pump was fucking pumping from the mega pump. Now, I've got a call with a client, Connor. That's gonna go on for around about 30 minutes. Then I'll have my post-workout meal and then we're gonna carry on with the video. That is the call done. On to meal 1. Would you count intra as a meal? Technically 3. Meal 3 and meal 4 are the exact same, and I'm gonna run you through them right now. Well, technically not exactly the same, but the same sort of basis. We're meant to be using chicken. However, I've ran out of chicken because I've bought the shit date on it. So they've gone out of date already. So we're gonna have to use bacon medallions. Yeah, 1 pack of bacon medallions per meal. So we're going 2. And then we've got, 2 seconds, a packet of rice for each meal. Obviously, as prep goes on, I'm gonna just switch to cooking the rice myself because it'll be better calories. And then we've also got 100 grams of chicken tikka masala, gluten-free sauce, just to add a bit of flavor on there. And the first of the meal, so meal 3, we're gonna have bagels with jam. Why is it not bloody focused on? There we go. Because obviously it's post-workout, so we just want a bit more carbs. I'll show you the finished product and then I'll show you what the calories are. I would be sat here trying to make a good presentation of this, but we're gonna forget the fact that I am just a boy. I am not gonna try and make this look pretty. We've got 2 bagels, which I'll be using for my chicken and rice, bacon and rice. Then we've got 2 more bagels with 20 grams of jam all together. Then we've got the rice, the chicken tikka and the bacon all mixed up in a bowl because who the fuck uses plates for chicken and rice? Calories are gonna be on the screen here. Obviously this will be meal 3 and then meal 4 will be just this without the bagels. And then I'll show you meal 5 in a minute. The pump today was fucking ridiculous. Have a look at this. Well, obviously you would have seen it by now. The pump was spectacular. Again, brilliant pre-workout Mega Pump is. If you don't have it, code high, mate. Get yourself some. I'm fucking starving, so I'm gonna eat this. See ya. Last meal of the day is yogurt. I usually have either yogurt or oats, but today I'm really, really fancying yogurt. So we've got the fat-free Greek-style yogurt. For carbs, gluten-free hula hoops. These taste like cardboard, I'm gonna be completely honest. And then to top it off, we're gonna have a breakaway bar from My Protein. They taste like little Kit Kats. So, gonna keep it very, very simple. All you've got to do, you've probably noticed all of my meals, they're not fancy, they're not fun, they're quite boring. They're maybe 3 ingredients maximum in every single one. Personally, that's the way I like to diet. Yeah, if I start to allow myself to have too many foods, then that's when the trouble comes. And I think that's the problem that a lot of people have when they're trying to diet, is they allow themselves too much leniency. And they give themselves too many options, which is where the decision fatigue starts to take place. So if you keep foods very, 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 and I mean very basic, it can't really go wrong because you just eat like a dog. You eat the same things every single day. And it minimizes what happens if I eat this? Can I have this? Can I have that? You just eat the same shit every single day and you make the results. It really is as simple as that. We've got 500 grams of fat-free yogurt, 60 grams of these cardboard hoops. Make sure it's leveled out. And then smash this up like so, and just chuck this on top. And that is my final meal for the day. It's currently 9 o'clock. Gonna go to bed in an hour, and then we're gonna do it all again tomorrow for legs. Keep your food simple and you'll make results. Or sign up to coaching and let me get the results for you. And that means that we've ended the day on 230 grams of protein, just under 500 grams of carbs, 66 grams of fat, pretty much fucking spot on. 3,500 calories to get absolutely shredded. Let's keep fucking going. And just like that, another video done and dusted. Hope you all enjoyed. I appreciate you watching. Any support you show will be absolutely greatly appreciated. So if you do want to drop a like, if you do want to drop a comment, if you're feeling naughty, subscribe, whatever you want to do, I appreciate it massively. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.